Imagine waking up this morning to find that a simple lunch photo between two African presidents has turned into one of the hottest topics on Nigerian social media. President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria and President Paul Kagame of Rwanda met for lunch in Paris over the weekend, and someone from the presidency snapped a photo of the moment. The image was shared across official social media platforms showing both leaders sitting together, probably discussing trade, diplomacy, or continental partnerships. Nothing unusual about that, right? World leaders meet all the time. They take photos, they share them. But here's where everything went sideways. Sharp-eyed Nigerians zoomed into the image and spotted something peculiar at the bottom right corner, a tiny watermark that read Grok, which happens to be an artificial intelligence tool created by XAI. The moment people saw that watermark, the internet exploded with questions, accusations, and heated debates. Was this photo real, or was it completely fabricated using artificial intelligence? Did the meeting even happen, or was this some elaborate digital trick to make it seem like our president was rubbing shoulders with President Kagame in France? The reactions came fast and furious. On X, formerly known as Twitter, users didn't hold back. Some called it embarrassing for Nigeria on the global stage, saying it looked like the presidency was caught trying to pass off AI-generated content as reality. Others made jokes about how even our leaders can't escape the drama that comes with artificial intelligence in this modern age. There were accusations flying around, with some people labeling President Tinubu as dishonest, claiming this was proof of a pattern of deception. News platforms picked up the story quickly, reporting that the image was supposed to show the warm moment between the two African leaders before they joined French President Emmanuel Macron for an official dinner that same evening. But that Grok watermark became the smoking gun that sparked a wildfire of doubt. In a world where deepfakes and AI-manipulated content are becoming more common by the day, people are naturally more suspicious of what they see online. Trust is fragile, especially when it comes to political figures and official communications. Some worried this was part of a bigger problem with misinformation in Nigerian politics, where every image and every statement gets scrutinized under a microscope. But hold on, because the story doesn't end there. The presidency wasn't about to let this narrative run wild without a response. Temitope Ajayi, who serves as Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to President Tinubu, came out with a detailed clarification that has now been making rounds across news outlets. He stated categorically that the photo is 100% authentic. The meeting between President Tinubu and President Kagame did happen exactly as described. They had lunch together in Paris on Sunday, and the photograph was taken right there in the room using a regular mobile phone camera. Now here's the twist that explains everything. The original photo quality was poor. Maybe the lighting in the room wasn't great, maybe the phone camera wasn't top tier, but whatever the reason, the image came out grainy and unclear. So what did the photographer do? They used Grok, the AI tool, to enhance the image quality, sharpen the details, improve the colors, and make it look more presentable before sharing it publicly. According to Ajayi, this wasn't about creating a fake scene or inventing a meeting that never happened. It was simply about touching up a real photograph to make it look better, much like how people use filters or editing apps on their personal photos before posting them on Instagram or Facebook. Ajayi emphasized that calling this photo AI-generated was a complete misunderstanding of what actually took place. He urged journalists and social media users to verify their facts before spreading claims that could damage reputations and mislead the public. He also confirmed that after their lunch meeting, both presidents went on to have dinner with President Macron later that evening, making it part of a broader diplomatic engagement during their time in Paris. The clarification seems to have calmed some of the storm, with major news platforms now running updated headlines like "Presidency debunks AI claims" and "Grok used only to enhance photo quality, not create it." But the damage to public perception might take a little longer to heal, and the debate about AI in official communications is far from over. This entire situation really highlights something bigger that we're all dealing with in this digital age. AI tools are everywhere now, and they're incredibly powerful. They can make blurry photos crystal clear, they can remove backgrounds, adjust lighting, even generate entirely fictional images that look completely real. While these capabilities are useful and impressive, they also create massive trust issues. How do we know anymore what's real and what's been manipulated or completely fabricated? In Nigeria especially, where there's already a lot of skepticism about government transparency and official communications, incidents like this only add fuel to the fire. Critics argue that if the government is going to use AI tools to enhance photos, they should be upfront about it from the start. Maybe add a note saying the photo was edited for quality. That way, when people inevitably spot the watermarks or notice something off, there's no room for conspiracy theories to take root. On the other hand, defenders of the presidency's actions say people are overreacting. Photos get edited all the time in media, advertising, even in our personal lives. If you've ever used a filter on your selfie or adjusted the brightness on a family photo, you've done essentially the same thing. The argument is that enhancing a photo to improve its quality isn't the same as creating something fake. The meeting happened, the photo was real, and making it look better for public sharing shouldn't be a scandal. But in politics, optics matter tremendously, and the optics here weren't great when that Grok watermark started circulating without context. Some experts and commentators, including voices from abroad, have criticized the handling of this situation, saying it's another example of poor media management that hurts Nigerians' international image. Others within Nigeria are frustrated that we are spending so much energy debating a launch photo when there are pressing issues like economic challenges, security concerns, and infrastructure needs that deserve more attention. Now, if you are finding this breakdown helpful and you want to stay updated on stories like this that affect all of us, make sure you hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel, because we are bringing you the real talk every single day, cutting through the noise to give you what actually matters. Your support helps us keep doing this work and reaching more people who need clear, straightforward information without the confusion. The reality is that situations like this are going to keep happening as AI becomes more integrated into every aspect of our lives, from the photos we take to the news we consume. Learning to navigate this new landscape means asking questions, demanding transparency, and also being fair in our judgments when explanations are provided. The presidency has now clarified what happened with this photo, confirming that the meeting was real and the enhancement was just for visual quality. Whether you believe that explanation fully or still have doubts is up to you, but at least now you have the full context to make an informed decision. What's your take on all this? Should government officials always label when they've used AI to touch up photos, or is this just much ado about nothing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because these conversations matter, and hearing different perspectives helps all of us think more critically about the information we see online. This story about President Tinubu and President Kagame's launch photo is a perfect example of how quickly things can spiral in our connected world, and it's a reminder that verification should always come before accusation. The truth usually sits somewhere in the middle of the noise, and taking the time to find it makes all the difference.